Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I want to do a which shoe for you comparison between two shoes that I think are pretty comparable. One is the Topo Specter and the other is the Ultra Vanish Tempo. It is basically very similar to the Ultra Vanish Carbon, but without the plate. It has for this one, Ultra puts their Ego Pro midsole, which is supposed to be a very bouncy midsole. They put rubber on the outsole. It's a zero drop in that it's 33 millimeters of stack height in the heel, 33 millimeters of stack height in the forefoot. So it's balance cushioning, zero drop. It uses Ultra's slim fit, but it's still fit shaped and it's pretty wide. It's not as wide as their standard fit, but it's still pretty wide, and the upper is so flexible that I've had no trouble. I've still got room for my toes to splay, so I have actually found these very comfortable. I will say that they have felt that Ego Pro has felt very bouncy, and it does have a rocker design to it. So I have found these feel a very fast feeling shoe. They come in my men's size 11.5 at about 9.8 ounces, which is pretty light for men's size 11.5. And they have been very good shoes. I've got about 155 miles on them. I do have a little bit of trouble that I've been wearing down the outsole pretty bad on the back. I guess I'm heel striking some, and it is just wearing out that heel. The rubber is wearing out a little quicker than I would prefer. But I'm adding some shoe goo and expect to get several more miles out of them. But they're actually very good feeling shoes. When Specters, they're also kind of their non-plated race long run shoe. So they have 35 millimeters of stack height in the heel and 30 in the forefoot. So they have a couple more millimeters of stack height in the heel, a few 3 millimeters less in the forefoot. So they've got a 5 millimeter drop. They have a EVA frame, which the outside of the shoe and the very bottom is an EVA, their zip foam, but the core of it is P-back, so it definitely has some bounce to it. I will say even though these get up to 35 millimeter, I start worrying about when a shoe gets that high that it's going to become less stable. They have put this on a wide enough platform, and with that EVA frame, I would say these are actually still very stable shoes. And you do still feel some pop from the bouncy PIBA midsole. The 5 millimeter drop makes me a little bit more likely to hit my heel, strike my heel, than even in the 33 millimeter zero drop Ultra Vanish Tempos. But like I said, I'm heel striking in both, so I guess it really doesn't matter a lot. They both feel very fast. This one, they both have a pretty good rocker to them. I would say the rocker's even a little bit pronounced in the Specter. I feel the rocker in both of them. They're both long run shoes that make me feel like I want to go a little faster. I will say I think that I feel a little bit faster in the Ultra Vanish Tempo, actually, because it's all Ego Pro, and the Ego Pro is very bouncy. This has PIBA, which the P-backs does feel very bouncy, but because of the outer section of the frame being out of regular EVA, it just, even though that makes it a little more stable, it makes it feel a little less bouncy. But that said, even if I heel strike on this one, I roll through it real well. This one also has a rocker. When I heel strike, it feels pretty good. I think these the Vanish Tempos feel slightly faster, but these are very close. And these do, whereas the Vanish Tempos came in at 9.8 ounces in my men's size 11.5, these come in at about 9.4, 9.5 ounces in a men's size 11.5. So they're just a few grams lighter, but very similar. So which shoe would you choose? Well, there's a few things to consider. If you want the very fastest of the two, to me, and you're used to zero drop, I would consider the Vanish Tempo. If you don't mind a little bit of heel to toe drop, you might want to consider the Topo. The Topo has an advantage in that it's got some arch support, which I think is an advantage for a lot of people. I don't really need the arch support, so it really doesn't matter to me, but they're both good shoes. Durability wise, I think the Specter is going to last a little longer. Fit wise, through the heel and the midfoot, I would say I like the Specter a little better, but the Vanish Tempo is not bad at all. And price wise, the Vanish Tempo is a very expensive shoe. It's $190. They have just now discounted it down to $170. The Specter is $160 to begin with. So just different things to consider. But again, I think they're both very similar shoes. They both work well, and I'm enjoying them both. Anyway, just some of my thoughts on the differences and help you make a decision on which one you might like better. So that's my comparison. I hope you found the information useful or interesting. If you did, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And other than that, I really appreciate you joining today, and keep moving.